Priyanka Evangeline, your internet speech language pathologist. This video we are going to see what to do about very high emotional outbursts, be it too much laughing, a lot of giggling, getting very upset and angry and shouting. When your child does all this, what can you do as a parent to help them? So you are going to work on the social emotional development domain. So this is also a part of childhood development that is often overlooked or taken for granted, because we are very focused on motor development, language development, fine motor development, academic development. Social emotional skills is also important to be worked on. So how to do this? The first tip is to start teaching before the outburst happens and never during the outburst. That is, when your child's emotions are very high and they're crying and they are so angry and shouting, it is not the right time to teach. Because just think about it, when your emotions are so high, you're unable to process what is happening around. Will you be open to learning? Will you be open to someone teaching you, understanding and responding? I don't think so, right? So even your child will not be ready to learn at that very intense state. So do your teaching before that happens. So teach them the good habits and the bad habits and what is acceptable behavior, what is not acceptable before it happens. Talk to them about it. Take storybooks related to hitting or shouting or emotions and teach them beforehand. The second tip is to prevent this from happening in the first place. You are your child's parent, so you know what is the trigger for this emotion, what makes my child giggle a lot, what makes my child so upset and so angry. You know these things. So first understand your child and understand what is it that's triggering this behavior and prevent it from happening. Okay, so now you have taught your child beforehand on what to do. You have prevented the behavior. But even if you did all this, sometimes there is going to be emotional outbursts. That time, what can you do? Okay, so the number one thing to do is to first not tell your child, don't shout, don't laugh, don't giggle. Why are you always laughing? There's nothing funny. Don't say those things to your child. Because even if the reason is not evident to you, there is a reason for the emotion, there is a reason for the behavior, and it may not be visible to you, but it is visible to your child. So when you say things like this, the disconnect between your child and yourself grows wider. That is, they start to disassociate from you. They are not able to relate with you. You are not able to relate with your child. So if you keep talking about the problems and not the solutions, then the problem becomes bigger. So don't ask your child, don't say don't do this, don't do that. Instead, do something else that I'm going to tell you. Instead, like I've told you in my previous videos, be quiet, be silent, let your child process the emotion. If your child is very happy, something is making him extremely happy, let him enjoy it, let him laugh. There are so many people who cannot laugh, but your child is able to laugh so much. So let him do it. It is not harming anyone. But let's say your child is in trouble, if something is hurting them and they're very upset. So in that instance, I notice a parent's urge to go and help and problem solve and troubleshoot and help their child. But sometimes it is good to allow children to feel the emotion. Let them become aware of what is happening in their mind. Okay, I am in discomfort. I don't like what's happening. Something is wrong. I feel something's in my stomach. I feel something's in my mind. My throat is tight and dry. My eyes are watery. Something is upsetting me. Child needs to develop this kind of body awareness of what is happening inside them. Then you give them some time to feel these things. Then you can do the next step. Before we go on, I'm going to recap the steps so far. Number one is teach them the appropriate behavior before the emotion becomes intense. Number two, prevent the behavior from happening if you know the triggers. Number three, let's say it has happened, then you first don't tell your child not to do this, don't shout, don't laugh, don't giggle, don't talk those things, be silent. And the fourth tip is to allow the child to experience the emotion. Allow them to feel what they feel. Don't immediately run and help and intervene for your child. Now, once you have allowed, now comes our fifth step. So, in the fifth step, like I've spoken in a previous video, give an actionable instruction, actionable step. Like instead of saying don't cry, stop crying, this is not a big deal, cheer up, these phrases are very vague. A child is not able to not going to understand anything. It's not giving them something to do. So give them something to do. So if your child is very angry, okay, then say to your child, okay, let's go for a walk. Okay, you are upset, so name the emotion that they're feeling. You are upset, something is wrong. Okay, let's go find your favorite toy. Okay, you are very irritated, you are crying, you're sad, let's go drink some water. You are so angry that the class didn't happen today. You are so angry that something changed in your routine. I understand. Now let's go try to do breathing exercises. We'll calm our body. So give your child, first acknowledge your child's feeling. Okay, you are feeling something. I'm able to see that you're feeling something. Now I'm going to help you by giving you an actionable step. What can you do if you feel this? Teach your child that coping mechanism. I'll give you an example of how to use this. So let's say every day evening you take your child outside for a cycle ride. And today it is raining. So this is an unprecedented event that happened. So now your child is very upset. I want to go outside. He's crying. He's taking the cycle and coming, calling you. Now what do you do in that instance? You tell your child, yes, it is upsetting that it is raining. We are supposed to go out, but now we are not able to go out because we will get wet. Then you allow your child to feel what they feel. And then you give them an option. Okay, since we can't go out for a cycle, why don't we go up and down the stairs? Let's go climb the stairs 5 times. Let's go pick up the leaves around the house. Let's go water the plants. Or let's go make a paper boat and sail it on the water puddle. So instead of telling your child, stop crying, why are you crying? Can't you see it's raining, we cannot go out. Instead of telling those things, try to problem solve for your child. Give them options, give them choices to do instead of feeling that intense behavior. So I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you need more information and more therapy tips and techniques. See you in the next video. Bye.